I have the sea creatures that I made. It's a 4 patterns and they are no sewing. My favorite is the turtle. The turtle is beautiful and no sewing at all. Okay, so here now I add the pieces that I need to sew, the ears I'm starting with, and I use the help of pins. I think those pins with this colorful head, they are the best because you can really attach it on the place that you want and it's not moving while you're sewing. This is very important also. Alright, now for here, for sewing, I will go also slow to show you nicely how it's done, but basically you grab one stitch from the hand. So here I'm going up, so I'm taking round by round here, not stitch by stitch, and you take one stitch from the ear, like inside, like this. So one stitch from the round, and here one stitch from the detail. Super good, right? So here you can see pretty much how it's done. I know some of you struggle with the sewing and different parts asks for different types of sewing. Alright, so once you're done, this is how it should be looking like your ears, okay? Go slowly with sewing and if you make mistake, just unravel, okay? Now you will find this, you see, middle, this central stitches. So here you will find the 6 central stitches. I'm gonna attach my red yarn here. So I mark the stitch that I'm gonna start and finish. Okay? If you watch the chubby fox, I did this the same. So you know how to do this already. So this string for now, I'm not gonna fasten. I will just use a pin here so it doesn't move and my stitch stays on the same place. And later when I'm done, I will organize that. So chain 1, and for the first round you will now you start working rows, okay? So here you grab the front loop that is remaining and you work 6 single crochet. So here's 1. I will go slow here also. Here is 2. Here it's 3. 4. 5. And now you remove your marker, and 6. Okay, so here we are working in rounds, right? So you chain 1, turn your work, and for the second round you will work 6 single crochet again. So here I'll go fast forward, just work your 6 single crochet. Very nice, you chain 1 and you turn. For the third round you'll work 2 single crochet, 1 decrease, 2 single crochet. So you'll have 5 stitches here at the end. Here you can do the normal decrease as you are used to it. Yeah, working with merino wool, you can miss some ply sometimes. Alright, so here I'm finishing 1 and 2. And now let's move on for our next round. For here you will work 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 2 single crochet. And we are working in rows, right? I still talking rounds. Okay. So this round is finished. Now let's work our next one. So you chain 1, turn, and here for the next round, round number 5, you'll work 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet. So here at the end you'll have only 3 stitches left. Alright, now we'll go for our last round, our last row, 3 single crochet, okay? So here you just work 3 single crochet. Super good. You see, this is what we want. Here I will cut the yarn again, leave a tail for sewing. And now we will start organizing these strings that is left. Okay, so you do as you do normally here. You insert the needle in insert the yarn in the embroidering needle or tapestry needle, and you just hide the beginning of this yarn. Okay, now we'll add the snout here, and you will work. I will just fasten this up. You will work again, you will sew the snout. Okay, and you will work the same way. I know I say you will work some 3 times, but you will work the same way you did for the ears. Okay, 1 stitch from the fox and 1 stitch from the snout. Okay, so this you will do until almost the end, because you will stop a little bit to add stuffing material. Alright, so here I'll move fast forward. Okay, so this is how it should be looking like. So you sew all the way here and then you leave it open to add the stuffy material in the snout. Alright, so now let's move on and sew this red part of the fox on top of the snout. Okay, so here you'll do the same. This sewing is actually easier than the pieces. So you always grab 1 stitch from the fox, and here you'll grab 1 round, right? So here 1 stitch, and you continue doing that all the way around. Once you finish this side, you just move your needle one side to another, so you finish the other side. Alright, super good. Now I will sew this other side. Okay, this is very nice. Now what you do is you grab a piece of beige yarn, because I'm working with 2 colors with my fox, right? So the same color you work the snout and the body, you will now embroider a couple of lines inside the ear of this toy. So you have a nice deep detail for the ears. So here I insert my yarn here. You take the middle part of the ear like this, and you make a triangle here. And this is your limit. From one side to another, you'll stay inside this triangle. Go slow here. Now you'll start in making more lines inside this triangle until you are satisfied with the amount of yarn, with the amount of lines. Look at this. For me, this is nice. Now you'll grab a little bit of the brown yarn and you will make a detail on the snout. So here what we're gonna do is to embroider a couple of straight lines between the snout and like the beige part and the red part. See, like this. So you work a couple of times here. Okay, super good. Look at this, so cute. I will secure this yarn and we will move on to some final details here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do here is you will start working in this round over here. So here is between the second and the third round. All right, so you insert the needle somewhere here and you grab one stitch. You see, this is actually between the rounds. It's not one stitch, but it's one stitch. Now I will start working a couple of color changes here, and that will make this nice detail of its neck. Alright, for this fox teething ring, once again I will secure this beginning of my yarn later. But what you're going to do here is, let me just secure this first, you'll work with single crochet all the way around. So for this round, you should make here 30 single crochet, okay? This is very simple. You work around the rounds, in between the rounds, this is you grabbing the posts, you see? And you'll work one single crochet inside each of these. And because it's between these two rounds, you should have 30 stitches. So you see here, you can see here better the stitch. You work all the way around. Once you're done, what you're going to do now is, here I change my working direction because I think this is better for me to hold the toy. So for what you're doing here now is you're working increases, okay? So you work one single crochet and one increase, and then you just repeat all the way until the end. One single crochet, one increase. You'll have a bunch of stitches here. So here I'm on the last round, and I will change to this other yellow color. I want to add some colors for this teething ring. So here for the third round, you'll work again 2 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat 13 times, and you 1 single crochet, and you should have 53 stitches. Here you don't need to count. What we are working here is some hyperbolic shape. So we want this to be more floppy, you know, so in order for this to happen, you need to make a lot of increases. So work this, and you should have this, it should be looking like this now. And again, you will work 2 single crochet, 1 increase, and repeat 17 times. 2 single crochet is gonna left at the end, but if you don't want, you don't need to count. Just work 2 single crochet, 1 increase all the way until the end. I forgot to add my stitch marker here. It's important to add the stitch mark. So once again, I will make a color change here. I will change to this beautiful green. So for the fifth round, you will work 2 single crochet, 1 increase, and repeat 23 times. You should have 93 stitches. Here, I suggest you not to count, because as I told you, we are searching for hyperbolic shape. So we just want to be very floppy. My increase here. Just watch out because the stitch can overlap and maybe you don't see much. The stitches are one above each other, one above other. Ugh. Okay, so this for this round you will work again. Always for all the rounds you will working 2 single crochet, 1 increase. Okay, so you work all the way until the end, and you'll have a very nice floppy shape here. Super good. You see, this is what we are searching for. This is what we want. Here I already cut my yarn. You don't need to cut it very big because you're not sewing here. So we'll just fasten this off. And be smarter than me and start your round on the back, not in the front as I did. Okay, that's super good. Very nice. Now I'm just organizing this here. This is super good. Okay, what we are working now is the handle of the teething ring, the wooden ring, right? So here you can work with any color you want. I chose the beige. So you chain 21. I will fast forward this. And if your teething ring is larger than mine, you can just you can go to the website, the written patterns in the description below, where I show you how to increase this in case your wooden ring is larger or bigger than mine. So you'll work here only single crochet, and you'll work 20 single crochet for round 1 to 6. So here I just want to show you how is the first round, first row. You're working in rows. How the first row look like. You are at the last stitch here. So let's just make our single crochet. You chain 1, turn, and this is what you will work all the way until the end. So work here 6 more rounds. Alright, so this is how it should be looking like. Very nice. You cut this with some leftover, like a good amount, because this is the one you're gonna sew it in the wooden ring, alright? This is very nice. Now here I'll add into my needle, and let's start sewing these together. Okay, this is my wooden ring, and again, if you need to make it bigger or larger, you can check the written pattern. But here, if it's longer you want, you just add more chains. If it's fatter, you add more rows. Okay, this is basically what you should be doing. So here, this is how I like to hold, because I like to sew it already in the position that I want it to stay. But of course you can sew it the way that you want. It can slide, no problem. So this here will just show you how I make. So here the first one, I take just these first stitches. Here, and then from now I start grabbing 2 by 2 here, just to make sure that they are combined nice together, so like this. So this is the first one, and if you count, you should make this 20 times, okay? If you did with 21 chain. Alright, this is super good. So this is how it's done. I will leave you off here and I will catch you up once I'm finished. Okay, super good. Now what we're going to do is I will embroider these eyes before. You always remember to make a simple knot in the beginning of the yarns that you're introducing to the toy. Here, if you're using safety eyes, you can check the link in the description below and follow the pattern there. I tell you the exact position, which round I embroider this, but I like to embroider my eyes, and this one I will embroider with the sleeping eyes. So this is I will leave it off here, showing you how it's done. And this is very simple. I really that I like. I'll hide this here. You see, very simple. I now will move to the other side. Good. Super simple and very nice. Great. I will embroider the other one. I come back here. Great. So now you take the wooden ring. You bring this tail to the middle, you see? And here you find the best position for your toy. Central, and I will show you here how I hold these two together. So I make sure that it's very tight on my hands, because here is very important for you to sew in all the stitches and hold it on it where it's supposed to be and to stay, because once you move, the head needs to be very well fixed in the wooden ring here. So here I will show you how I hold. You see, this is the central position. All right, we already introduced the yarn and on the head. So now you hold it here and you go sewing all the way around the stitch from the head with the stitch from the handler. So I already grabbed the one from the head, now I need to grab one from the handler. And you continue doing this a couple of times until it's very well tight. Okay, this is looking super good, but it's still, you see, a little bit. Let's do it more. You go sewing and checking if it's on the same position, going and checking. So this is how it should be looking like once it's done. Very beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this pattern, and I will see you next week. Bye.